I think where mainstream media really went wrong is this. If they use their resources to do boots on the ground investigative stuff that is interactive, like maybe they don't have to read in a voice that's like, hello, today I'm gonna like if they
That's
just
pretty
acted
good.
like normal humans, wore normal clothes, and use their resources to get, to contact sources, insiders, whistleblowers, and made pieces for YouTube, they would probably be it.
Dude, that was Vice back in the day.
Vice,
The
the Vice was
early
one of
Vice videos. I love
fantastic.
those.
They're
Yeah.
early inspiration. Like anytime if someone says, "Oh, you're like early Vice," like that to me is like a little warm pat. Like,
Yeah.
thank you. Like, the thing is, mainstream media. I think they're one of their biggest mistakes is they never adapted to the new era. They never switched to the long form because that's what people have been hungry for. You even when my wife will put NPR on in the morning and they'll like do 2 second like 2 lines and then cut away and like you never really you hear like the tiniest detail of the story but you never really get what's going on. I had an interaction with a mainstream media reporter, an anchor in Chicago during the Tiffany Henyard conversation. Initially, it started off a little hostile because I was wearing my RIP mainstream media shirt, and he saw it. He's like, "Oh, what is that?" I'm like, "Oh, well, it's not you personally, but it's just your organization and like the people like power behind it." And like I started listing why I think mainstream media is kind of like how they have shifted the narrative. Like you basically have these billionaires controlling the narrative, and then you have like the Sinclair effect. Where have you ever seen where you see like all those local reporters saying the same script? Like across dozens of news stations. You ever seen that before?
Yep.
So when you have that, like your mouthpiece, like we want straight from the heart. We want someone that, yes, I'm not the smartest guy out there. I'm totally imperfect. And there's better investigators, there's better researchers, but people at least know when they get it from someone like me that there's an honesty, there's a trust factor, and I'm actually going to try and see what's going on rather than just have like a prescribed narrative. I think that if they switch, I guess I wonder have they lost so much trust from our generations and the ones a little bit above and before that they're just totally toast. Even if they shift their recipe, I don't know if they can bring back their reputation.
It's interesting because I've seen Don Lemon now going around doing street interviews, trying like this new style of journalisming and the boots on the ground approach, which I feel like is interesting, but a lot of people are not liking it. In the comments, they're like, "Wow, it's sad you've resorted to this." But I see it, I'm like, "Hey, at least it seems like he's
It's a different
reacting to the
demographic.
criticism."
I feel like if you're over 45, you really like the news anchor. If you're under 35,
no, it's like
you
young
love
people though that are hating on him. I think that it was just because of
Yeah,
they
well,
didn't
it's
like
because
what
it's Don. But I'm just saying, in general, younger people, I think, are more receptive to like your videos.
It just feels so fake when,
it
like,
still does.
when you read in a voice that is totally how other humans communicate, and most of the time, like, are they even reading something they wrote, or does someone in the back room write it, and this is the first time they're seeing it? And then when you know that there's like certain angles of what they can and can't say, that they're steering it in a certain direction, they just have lost all public trust. And in some ways, I'm glad they did because it opened up doors for guys that have, like me, that have no credentials. I don't have a journalism background. I'm totally untrained. So is my entire crew. Like my camera guy jumped in from music videos. My other guy jumped in from real estate. Like, and here we are putting together YouTube documentary journalism.
What do you think is the most ethically challenging video that you've posted so far?
Most recently, the train robbers. Because I don't want it to be like I know I'm gonna meet with a train robber, but I'm not gonna be part of the. I don't know when it's gonna happen. Like I just want it to be like, okay, if we're in the vicinity when it starts to go down, we'll be there to catch the action. But the other thing is like I don't even know what the federal laws are. So like if I'm on a train tracks while it's happening, am I too close to the action for comfort? We have one coming up right now where I did a piece with a car thief, a very, very good car thief. And he wants to do a second piece that basically he knows that his window is going up where he's either going to be dead or in prison. Like he's like, the things I've done, like if they give me 30 years, it's a fair deal. And my other guys just got raided. I know that they're going to be hot on my trail. There's going to be a U.S. Marshal that probably picks me up soon. So I want to make a cautionary tale to the youth. I want to show what I do, but I also want to give the final message of this lifestyle is not worth doing, the consequences of it, how he's disconnected from his family, how he can't really see his daughter anymore because it's too risky to go to the house because the police are calling his girlfriend, they're calling his mom. Like the walls are closing in, but it's like, okay, if I give this guy a GoPro and just say, report back to me in 2 weeks, is that crossing the line ethically? Another one, a hitman, alleged hitman, in Dallas. I'm trying to figure out if he's legit or not, because I don't want to just put a kid that's like, oh, I just pulled a prank, or I just want my moment of fame, so I'm just going to lie about something. So I have to verify somewhat. Is this guy at least one body of a... And so he's like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you about an hour before the mission. And that's your heads up to be by your phone. And I'm going to FaceTime you for 10 seconds. And I'm going to go on Signal and FaceTime you. And that'll be enough proof. I'm like, okay. Is he even seeing this? He's going to do it anyways, though. That's the thing. He's going to do it anyways, whether I'm involved or not. And to me, the value is, we get to look into this guy's mind and see why he does it, what led up to this, what happened in his childhood, what is his motivation. So the ethics of that, because I talked to I think it was WGN, it's a regional station in Chicago. I talked to a journalist there, like, is it even okay to interview a guy like this? And he's like, look, you're not helping him do the crime, you're not telling him to do the crime, you're just trying to get into your mind. And you're like, where do you draw the line ethically? Like, some people could say, there's leaders of countries right now that are war criminals, but you'll sit down and ask him a question. So I think as long as you don't participate, I'm not going to be like, hey, I know a dealership over here, you should go rob them, and I'm going to be standing outside filming. But if you do something, if you a lot of these guys film stuff on their own phone that is totally incriminating, and they'll send it to me, and it's like, okay, you're legit.
So if you knew that someone was going to die, you would step in. But if they
I don't want to be part of
you,
any active crime.
Okay.
If he says this is a body that I just recently, did a job for, I'll look at it to verify. And then there's an ethical argument, is it my duty to be a mandated reporter of a crime of that nature? Because whose family did that guy just get taken from that wants justice, that I could help unravel that? But I do think no one will ever go down from one of my videos. We edit it very carefully, because we cover very serious criminals sometimes. No one is going to go down because of me. They're going to, the police got to do their jobs. The agencies got to do their jobs, or these guys got to slip up on their own. My job is to get inside access to places that most people don't get to see, ask people questions, and bring it back to the people. But I am not law enforcement. I'm never going to participate with law enforcement.
You afraid of lawsuits?
I have some errors and omissions insurance, but I'm not confident they're going to back me up when they would need to. I'm paying $220 a month, and I'm sure as soon as there's a little bit of friction that they're going to have some technicality in the policy and drop me. I haven't been sued yet, and the other thing is I don't do many hit piece style videos, and the exposés we do, it's not me saying it about this person. It's insiders in the church, insiders that were former Scientology, or people that lived in this town that can speak to it. And I think the thing that's on our side is, if they do try and take me to court, yes, they're going to have bigger pockets than me. Yes, it's going to be an uncomfortable experience of me fighting, $1 billion organization in court, or multi-million-dollar pastor. But what happens in court, if he really wants to take it there, let's say Kenneth Copeland, is now he has to open up his books, and he doesn't want to do that, because the people that we're calling out, I'm not just making smoke about someone that I think is actually a good person. These are people that they need to be called out. And if they were to reveal their books, it'd be even better, because then we'd have a part 2 to go off on.